watching Stukov Muradin, I think we were expecting something else.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I was curious what the Garrosh ETC bans were gonna mean, and then they just wanted to take Tyrael. That was basically what they wanted, and they were leaving very few options for Feliz. OJ, obviously a great Muradin player. Garrosh was his go-to. He had the ability to play Anubarak instead, but it's not the greatest versus this composition. It's tough to choose which target you cocoon. Cocooning Tracer would have been okay because it's tough to break that with the other heroes, but by the way, this is what we get, G-Clef, for perhaps our last game of the series. OJ's Muradin was not bad by any means last game, but Medivh really helped against that. Not going to be available this time. And let's see how badly Honiton loses the top lane, because that's going to be the big macro focal point with these two teams that don't have crazy fast camp times, with the exception of Frankel.
It will be painful, and oftentimes when he played Sonya, he was against that Martel, lost the laning phase very, very hard. And he's a passive player who plays Sonya. Doesn't really pair up together, those two words. Let's see how well he does this solo lane. Maybe they want to swap it. Of course, not yet. They're still looking towards that big silence that no one's going into.
Okay, Liu gonna eat some damage here. Rich is so happy to just build pulse bomb charge off this. Grabs that Tyrael shield. Could really feel the 20% difference though, or 25%, excuse me, difference. So they are using the Genji swap in the top lane, which clearly they were willing to do in the draft early. They didn't just blindly pick this Sonya thinking, oh, there's no way they'd pick Malthael. They had the Genji already. They knew that they could try to dominate that. But when this happened on game 1 on BOE with the Genji lane swap, they lost a wall. They need to somehow prevent that from happening or get the top wall at the same time. Look at what KSV Black's already moving towards. Knowing that Genji's top, they're grabbing solo Junkrat on this camp while prepping the waves. They're going to rotate back to protect him. And Feliz needs to do something with this Genji pick.
They end up pressuring the top lane a little bit so that Sonya doesn't lose that lane phase so hard.
Rich is the target here. Totally missed Stormbolt though.
But they didn't really get anything out of it. Black didn't lose the EXP of maybe some structure damage.
They're looking for a Dragon Knight here. 137, body block, and there you go. Oh my god.
Is that a record?
I think that might be a record.
I think that's a record at least for Korea.
That might be a Korean Dragon Knight record. Okay, so Feliz made one critical mistake. So remember we talked about Junkrat soloing the camp while Genji was messing around top and setting up in those bushes around the Dragon Knight. Feliz wasted time with both the Genji and the Muradin in mid. So the camp take was never threatened by Feliz. Frankel almost died, by the way. If he had a line of sight for pulse bomb, would have been dead. So anyway, they get bought. Top is won already by Malthael, so he sits there. KSV Black goes mid, knowing that Feliz took the camp. They were in the process of taking the camp, the Siege Giant camp. KSV Black, all they have to do is body block the Stormbolt to get a Dragon Knight. Crazy quick play, fast decision making. This is a bait too. They need to be careful about this. Okay, well, actually no, my bad. I was not a bait. Look at KSV Black. They're doing the neutral camp.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Feliz there. But they're also doing the camp, so they're in control of the macro. They broke through the wall. Fort is almost down. Even just the minion just pushing in will just destroy that fort in minutes. And talking about rotations, Feliz, they have been outstuck. Here comes Genji though.
I like
to be careful. They steal the camp. Wow.
Malthael does not really have a very quick timing for the camp, and he takes a lot of damage while doing it. Obviously talking about the Knight camp versus a Siege Giant camp. So this is a really cool invade. I like that a lot. Especially as a Genji, you can do so much with this against Malthael. This could be another pick too. OJ coming to try to stop the retreat. Shields coming through from Tist, and that spell armor as well from the wizard minion.
And at the same time, they're really making that steal work in the Sonya, soaking up the mid. Unless they lose someone, everything is going to work out. They have all the lane controlled out there.
Yeah, that silence really helping to zone out here, but the spell armor making it not do as much damage as would have liked.
This is exactly what you do if you have the camp. If you have Tyrael especially, make sure all your minions, all your heroes next to you. Gets that shield. push as much as possible.
You know, we talk about so much about how Tracer just can't kill a Hanzo almost ever, even when Rich is on.
That's a kill.
That's definitely a kill. Even when Rich is on the Tracer, though, against the Hanzo of our second lowest team in this tournament, he just can't kill the Hanzo. If Hanzo is positioning correctly and has a few teammates to peel, it's tough to kill. It's crazy to see that Rich just keeps trying to find a way to kill the Hanzo, and it's the same thing he witnessed in their match against, you know, Miracle.
It's a little tougher job for him because of that silence.
True.
If he goes in that silence, lurking arm, he can't blink. You can't. It's really hard to escape from that moment. So I don't think it's the best choice to actually go dive in super hard, even if you're Rich. Oh. He's being a little bit cautious as he will get very likely to be. Oh, that stone bolt misses and may actually save him.
Not
Never
quite.
mind.
Close call there, though. Nearly got away. Just a little bit too late to shield. I feel like this has been a pretty sloppy game by KSV Black. They're not showing a lot of respect to Feliz, who's actually, even though they got totally crushed with that early 137 Dragon Knight, they're a team that does understand rotation and does understand punish play. That's why they were, when they tried to solo the camp as Malthael, for example, they ended up getting caught there. Now the Dragon Knight controlled. Franco gets another kill here onto
Solo
reset.
kill?
Yeah.
Did that ever happen onto reset?
I mean, it's definitely happened before, but normally it doesn't happen in circumstances like this. Like, remember, too,
like
that
a 1v1. I don't think that ever happened.
His whole plan down there is to get some extra soak to keep even on 10 while the Dragon Knight pushes. He thought all of Feliz would be top, but I guess he used his cooldown early or missed his concussive mine. Or perhaps like didn't have ammo, and because concussive mine came in and actually knocked Hanzo into his range, and then he just ended up killing himself. We'll never know. But anyways, KSV Black maintains 10 regardless. This Dragon Knight doesn't do too much damage, but I do feel they're not showing the proper respect to Feliz, who certainly is actually at this point in time in this game nearly caught up. They're caught up in experience.
After the first Dragon Knight, I think they were kind of slacking in their macro, thinking that they can just push in when the camp timings are just right because they have Tyrael, they have all the poke, they have Tracer to snipe. But after that first Dragon Knight has not been working, Feliz actually countering that super well. For a split second, they were actually the one leading the game when they hit 10. Now behind them slightly, but still getting that Dragon Knight. Still very possible.
Yeah. One big bone I have to pick with Feliz today is that they've been prioritizing Muradin for OJ, and his Storm Bolts, especially in this game, just have not been good. Gonna get the stun here though onto reset. Good zone there with the silence. Means no way out this route. It's gonna help everyone else get away. Meanwhile, in mid, 2v1. You know what? I can't actually tell. I cannot tell lies. I cannot tell lies about KSV Black. They are getting out-rotated, out-macroed this game. I will not say otherwise. Feliz is out-macroing KSV Black right now.
By taking kills, by sniping onto...
punishing greed, basically.
Yes. And they also have Hanzo and Hanton. Even with all that, I think can survive. They've been doing the camp from the bottom lane. They have all the macro controlled now.
I would love Feliz to actually go try to invade the night camp right now. That's where KSV Black is headed. KSV Black gets the faster rotation there, so...
that would be super hard. All five men were back, and they had this one pushing, so might as well just make this worth the while a little bit more.
Yeah, I meant more after the pick, but even still, like, because as you said, they have this pushing, they can rotate over. KSV Black does see the 5-man, they have vision of it, so they can, or 4-man, Sonya's staying. I sometimes just say 5-man when I mean a big rotation, but in this case it is technically 4-man. They actually do come down and defend it, leave the first time reasonably for Malthael to take the top camp, so that's going to be traded.
Easy camp, Hanzo, done. That's basically what Hanzo does. Every camp in 6-7 seconds. Please take... Hanzo may grab, I think, if OJ stands in it, they're going to get it.
Yep, squatting it with OJ. That's one reason for the Muradin pick here. Last Right's gonna grab that kill there with Tracer. He
knew that he was going to die, doesn't even pop that avatar.
Yep.
Great job.
Worth it. Liu with the shove to get the delay on the rotation up. Top forts just for experience here. Feliz obviously kind of with the loss of their Murden, can't really try to push for mid. In fact, they're even struggling to get this top. They got out-rotated here again in terms of speed. So, this Dragon Knight is kind of just stepping on flowers and making the place a little bit sneaky with his feet. He's not really hurting anybody.
Right now, buying time because OJ died. I think they were just trying to buy time, make sure they still control the macro, and they still have somewhat of a time, 20 seconds to do some damage.
This Dragon Knight is basically just allowing them to grab better minions and get better soak right now. And that might be all they get, 10 seconds. They should be. The problem is it's also Hanzo in there. If it were almost any other hero, especially OJ, who is dead, then you could do a lot more with it. Oh, look at that lurking arm over the wall. Dragon Knight expires. Hanzo taking the safe rotation back. He has his Dragon's Arrow, but is not going to look for a stun here. Oh, man, that concussive mine was beautiful. If it wasn't Genji, it would have been a kill for sure.
Well, they have all the Overwatch. They have Hanzo and Genji. The Shimada brother can always go over those walls.
Now we got 4 Overwatch heroes in this game. Junkrat, Tracer, Genji, and Hanzo.
Oh, man. What a time we're living in.
Time to be alive, man. You got me and Heroes and Overwatch caster.
Well, StarCraft Phoenix is coming soon.
Phoenix is coming soon. I'm hyped. Okay, Kyocha locked down here. Stun. That's what I'm talking about. Saves it there for the secured kill. Very well played. KSV Black cannot fight this anymore. As much as Rich would like to come and carry, he can't. He's out of position. They do buy a ton of time, though, with this. This is really well done by Test. Oh, can't out ruins. Sanks.
Looking for that rotation. Sona is already there to punish.
Riptire destroyed. I don't know about that Sank. Rich is trying to find a kill here onto Frankel. The rotation was a little bit sloppy here, but look at that. Aimer coming through. Gets a reset. He's coming with him. Oh, there he goes. Gets a swipe. Gets away from those death grenades. Sake pops Tranquility. And G-Clef. This is a basically team wipe.
Woo!
KSV Black is playing sloppy. Feliz is punishing. That was a really messy fight, and there were opportunities for KSV Black to punish some of the things that Feliz was doing, like leaving their Hanzo behind, spending a lot of time attacking the Tyrael, who was definitely going to die, and waiting for the Sync to standing there taking fort shots. So it was definitely pretty sloppy on Feliz's side as well, but I think KSV Black is being way too greedy.
You know, a few of those games in Quick Match or Hero League, you just lose a member, but because someone in your team pinged for that tribute or pinged for that camp, you just end up going there, right? Because someone pinged it. I think that's exactly how KSV Black is fighting right now. So Kyocha died. Okay, we shouldn't fight. So there's no communication. They just follow because they have to save their teammate or something else happens. They're losing the shot calling right now. I don't think anyone's doing the right communication in that team at the moment.
I mean, the sanctification there, it's still going to be up in 10 seconds, but if he had died maybe 10 seconds faster instead of trying to use the Sank there and, delay further, he would have been up faster. And if he was up faster, he might have actually been able to delay this Dragon Knight with a Sank. There might have been some way to do that. Instead, he goes down. Feliz is going to actually be able to hit things with this Dragon Knight, as you can see. Wasn't just stepping on the grass. Aimer needs to be careful about moves like that. Could get rooted.
Still 12 minutes into the game. And Black is one of the teams that makes the big comeback mechanics all the time. And this map is the one that, as you mentioned, can always happen with one single Dragon Knight at the end game.
I don't know if I agree with you about KSV Black's comebacks because they don't play from behind very often.
I know.
They actually they're pretty this is actually pretty new territory for KSV Black.
3 levels apart.
Yeah. They are getting crushed this game. 12 kills to 2. Reset tagged here by all those scatter arrows takes a lot of damage. The problem is Feliz can't pull the trigger on killing a keep. If they killed a keep here, this game is almost certainly theirs, but they just cannot find it. Now they're getting caught on the retreat. Stun has to be used defensively. Here's the last right, so they'll use Sank for the chase. Dragon Blade coming through. Good deflection. Great deflection there from Aimer. Needs to do more damage. Ice Block delaying here. Tranquility. Still not enough, though.
But guess what? Those choke points are the best for that scatter arrow damage. And Frankel's still alive, just doing poke damage. Aimer and OJ still survive.
I think we're going to
game
game
4. What did you say before? When we
it
went
wasn't
to
me,
the
it was
break?
that girl with her dog interviewed outside.
Oh, yes. And I was saying maybe, so I wasn't 100% on that. But here we have a day where KSV Black is actually dropping a set, which means I don't think they are taking the first place.
It's going to be difficult. Every game matters. If they keep playing like this, they can lose a series. Reset nearly dies to minions. Ping's coming out from his teammates telling him to get out of there. It's not important. We need to regroup and deal with the next Dragon Knight. Should be respawning soon. Feliz is going to have 20. Let's see what KSV Black does while they're behind. I'm actually really curious about this, okay? They could still win this game, but now they have to
20,
they have to get a fight. They have to get a pick.
And the
Or
fight.
they have to control the macro while down a keep. They can't win a fight down 3 levels and against 20. Even against Feliz. I don't think that's possible. So they can't just continue to win the macro and just win more plays like they normally do. Just, oh, we're already ahead, let's just get further ahead, let's take this camp, let's push this lane. Looks like they want to try to take a 5v4 fight down here because they know Sonya's top. They need to get ready to jump in there and initiate, though, if that's going to be the case. Sonya's coming down. Feliz wants to make this a 5v5 because they have 20. What's KSV Black going to do? They're going to take this camp? They're getting split. This is scary.
Sonya's coming down, and Black, they need to fight in an open space like this. They are looking for the best position. Frankel's looking for that arrow.
Rich needs to get a pick.
Only one.
Okay, here comes the Riptire. Good position here with the Sank, but it's just completely ignored. However, the Pulse does get that kill I was talking about. They've removed the damage. This could be their opportunity to win the fight. Rich trying to get in there to the back line. Zoned out by Hanaten. Okay, they're going to leave, but they need to run and grab that Sun Shrine. Look for a Dragon Knight. That's their best bet.
Already going up with the mines. Getting that cooldown reduction with the talent. I think they may be able to grab it though.
Yeah, they will get the Dragon Knight.
Sonya is right there to stop the channeling.
Okay, but they can zone her out, body block her out. Okay, Dragon Knight comes through. 16 minutes. 25 seconds till Hanzo comes up, so this is easily going to be the keep wall. They did it. They got the pick. Rich was able to get that kill. That changed everything. He was able to find that. That's a mistake in terms of positioning on the side of Hanzo. The peel, you could already tell from OJ and Hanaten, was really good to protect Liu after Hanzo died, but they weren't in position to save him because he was being greedy, poking, looking for that fight. So they have this push coming top, looking for keep walls here now to get 20. Dragon Knight doing a ton of damage 17 minutes into the game. Feliz, how are they going to engage this once the Dragon Knight falls? There's a way they can punish and win the game. That's why KSV Black has to be so safe right now. Backing off.
They just spot Sonya in the mid lane, clearing that wave, so they're backing up slowly as they can't really get close enough to 20, making that engage.
Okay,
It's a double stun, but not really, no damage follow-up.
That kick was a little risky. Does get away here with the Dragon Knight's explosion. Another Stormbolt misses. Hanaten coming for the flank, though. This is a great flank for Sonya. Tranquility used early. Great Riptire for the peel. Hanaten is going to eat that last right sandwich, mostly mitigated by Ignore Pain here. But again, Rich finds the kill onto Hanzo. And again, that is all damage essentially removed on the side of Feliz. They don't have any sort of protection for Genji to get a Dragon Blade to pop off. So when that Hanzo dies, Feliz dies with them.
It took a long time. It took a long time for Black to figure out how they should engage against that silence, against that shove. But basically, having that sanctification against the silence was worth it, worth the trade. Able to get that space for Rich to dive in to get that pulse bomb onto Hanzo. It didn't work at the beginning, but it ended up working out after level 18. Not the best game for that KSV Black in history, of course. Possibly the worst game of when they won. Of their win.
You know what? It's
not really going for the core.
Yeah, it's not actually a win yet, but KSV Black gets this kill. They secure the keep finally at 18 minutes. Latest keep KSV Black's gotten in their career. The first keep at 18 minutes. Like, whoa, this is not. I don't know I'm not feeling okay today. You know, kind of we're a little bit off today. Kind of feeling definitely on the team now, but punished for their own greed. Their overzealous plays that they've... I feel like in the history of KSV Black / MVP Black, we've had a lot of moments where the team struggled because they were so dominant, and eventually it was just difficult to get better, and as a result, practice became worse, and you know, et cetera, you know how the rest of the story goes, but I don't think that's the case here. I just think in this particular series, after game 1, both games 2 and 3, they've just been really, I almost want to say disrespecting, not giving their opponents the proper respect they deserve, just trying to play this like it's a regular Hero League game or a Team League game at home when
Black
it's not.
can engage, but no one's top, so they don't actually have to go all in. They can just stall time. Meanwhile, Hanzo was grabbing that camp first damage.
Oh my god,
into
another
OJ.
Stormbolt miss. Either that or it was the cleanse. Animation delayed. There's the kill onto Rich this time. Dragon Blade can do more. Reset. Getting healed up through this Tranquility, so Aimer unable to get the kills he's looking for. The Sank here. They can't collapse onto it, so Hanaten is still going to do a lot of damage. Gets a lot of heals from this Whirlwind. Uses Ignore Pain. It's going to help him get that kill there onto Malthael. And this ends up being a trade in terms of the fight here. Lots of poke coming through from Reset, though. Feliz has to back away.
Aimer's in trouble. Is already back into the team fight very soon, so Soldier has to leave. They all have to leave. They will be out-rotated very soon.
Okay, that shove was pretty much required.
That was painful. They lost Rich from the beginning of the fight. Reset, his skill shots were missing oftentimes.
Yeah, well, 15 seconds before Rich comes up, but this is still going to be a Dragon Knight with Malthael here, you have to imagine. Stunned, or sorry, rooted. And that is almost a kill onto Aimer. There's the Dragon Knight. They're going to go core. 21 minutes. Close calls in this game for KSV Black. 10 kills down. See if that changes as they hit the core, but 10 kills down currently in a 21-minute Dragonshire game on their map pick. I don't want anyone to watch this game and say KSV Black has lost touch or KSV Black is weaker than we thought, because I feel like that's not the case, but I feel like the big takeaway is Feliz is a team to be taken seriously. KSV Black did not do that. And had OJ hit maybe 2 or 3 more Stormbolts this game, then I think that KSV Black and all the viewers at home, as well as you and I, will be watching a game 4 now.
They're waiting for that Dragon Blade moment. Back in 10 seconds. I think Dragon Knight is way too strong in the late game, and OJ super low.
Okay, Dragon Knight doing a ton of damage to this core.
They're buying time. OJ's way too low with the last ride. That's going to be a kill, and that's going to be a game, guys. And Rich higher.
Rich goes down, but yeah, the Dragon Knight does 5% per hit at this stage of the game, so he just basically solos it while the rest of the team peels for him. And KSV Black will take the 3-0. Those, besides Kyocha, no one's really smiling after this one. I think probably the most frustrated of all will definitely be Coach Noblesse. Gave them some really creative drafting there, targeting the tanks in that last game, drafting into the Malthael, and putting the Tyrael into it. And instead of taking the more team fight oriented approach to the game that their draft should have allowed, they tried to roam the map looking for kills, tried to take greedy camps, and tried to be flashy and walk out with a 3-0 that was over way faster than it should have been, and they ended up falling massively behind. The scoreline here you will almost never see is KSV Black winning a game down 10 kills.
Tracer died 6 times. There were too many counters, even with a lot of those Stonebolts missing. And OJ sometimes they paired up really nicely with the Swift Strike, and also Sonya basically meant Tracer was dead, which helped Hanzo to get that damage in the silence oftentimes, which was sniped with those CC, but even with that, there was not enough to really win the game. They had all the tools to win, but they were slacking at the end, at the late game team fights. Feliz really fell apart. It was a hard game for KSV Black, but I feel like after